Hello, dear students. Today I would like to introduce to you the first lecture of our course of Business English. And today we're going to discuss with you conversations. So let's take a look onto our lesson plan. So the main topic will be conversation. I prepare for you some useful phrases. Then we will pay attention to grammar. Today it will be simple tenses. And in the end, we're going to practice a little bit of our pronunciation. So let's get started. Conversation. Conversation, it's a main part of a business English because on a daily basis, you should negotiate with the different colleagues, clients, bosses, and so on. So that's why I would like to introduce to you some phrases. Let's start with asking. Because usually, when you introduced a new person, you should ask the name of this person and to find out more about some business procedure that will follow. So asking can be with such phrases as, am I talking to? I would like to speak to. Is there a chance to speak to? The last phrase we use when we are talking with bosses because it's usually very hard to find them and we should actually beg for a chance to see them. On such a phrase, we can answer with yes, it is, you are. We can ask who is asking, or you can say, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, in the case when you will receive a cancellation of your meeting. Also, it can be unfortunately and hold on when you need to stop to find out more details and continue the conversation. If you want to leave a message, you should say just, I would like to leave a message, email, or some report. Also, you can ask a person if he or she wants to leave a message. It can be done with, would you like to leave a message? It will be a polite form. And then you should give a reasoning why you want to connect with this person. So the reason I'm calling is the next, and name it. Or I cannot get through to, and then you introduce your reasoning. If you need more detail, you can ask for them with such phrases as, can you tell me, or spell the name. It's a very popular phrase if you're working for American or English-speaking market, because for them it's very hard to understand our names by sound. That's why they usually ask us to spell it. And give me the contact. Or if you don't understand something, you can just say, I didn't catch that. Can you please continue one more time? And now let's look how these phrases work in the dialogue. Am I talking to Mr. Andrew Smith? Я говорю з містером Ендрю Смітом. I'm sorry, but Mr. Smith is not in the office now. Вибачте, але містера Сміта зараз немає в офісі. Would you like to leave a message or to call back? Бажаєте залишити повідомлення чи зателефонувати пізніше? Can you tell me when he's coming back? Чи можете підказати, коли він повернеться? Can you give me his phone number? Чи можете дати його номер телефону? Next, after discussing all details, we can make an agreement. For this, we should firstly to arrange a meeting, and it can be done with such simple phrases like, let's meet. Is it okay for you to meet in such time? Or is it better to meet at another? Then you should set a time. You can just say, can we meet at 6 p.m. in the main office? And then the answer will be, it is a bit early or late. And when you finally come to conclusion, you should agree. And my recommendation is to answer actually in any way except the basic and boring yes. There is a lot of different synonyms that sound more professional. It's like deal, definitely, or certainly. Let's look at the examples. How about meeting on Monday at 3 p.m.? Як щодо зустрічі у понеділок о 3 годині дня? It is a bit earlier. How about at 4 p.m.? Це зарано. Як щодо зустрітися о 4:00? No problem. I will see you then. Без проблем, тоді побачимось згодом. After it, you should finish your conversation, and the process of finishing we actually can divide into 3 stages. First will be pre-closing. You should say to a person that it was great, nice, or pleasant to communicate with them. It should be done to warm your relationship. We use such phrases like, it's been nice, or great talking to you. If you have problems and you should rapidly go somewhere, you can just say, I'm sorry, it was great talking to you, but I really need to leave or go. Then you should follow up the process of finishing the conversation with such phrases like, I'll send you a file and email, give you a call back, or ask to schedule our next meeting. And the closing part will be, we'll see you later. Was it a phrase you are showing to person that you are actually waiting for a meeting, or be or stay or keep in touch, which means that you are waiting for a feedback after this conversation. It can be SMS, email, or some proposals, depending on which you want to receive. Let's look at the examples. It's been great talking to you, but I have to catch a plan at 6. Було приємно поспілкуватися, але мені потрібно ще встигнути на літак о 6 годині. I'll give you a call when I come to the city next time. Я зателефоную вам, як буду у місті наступного разу. Let's keep in touch by email. Давайте тримати зв'язок поштою. So, great we are, and now we can continue with the second stage of our lecture. It will be grammar, and we're gonna revise simple tenses. So let's take a look. We have present simple, and in present simple we use special markers that help us to identify that it's actually present simple is used. It's markers like always, every, sometimes, often. And this time is used to show the regular actions or constant. And now will be a short structure of it, actually how we are building the sentence. Firstly, on the first place we usually put subject, who is doing action. Then it will be a verb. A verb should be in an infinitive form, but if it is he, she, or it, then we use ending s. If we want to make a negative form of our sentence, then almost the same structure. First place, always subject. Then we are adding verb model, do or does, depending on who is speaking. And then the part not. And in the end, actually, we leave a verb. If we want to make a question, then we put our do does on the first place, then will be subject, who is doing action, and verb, actually to show what is done. Let's take a look at some peculiarities of usage of present simple with an example that was taken from business English, from business lectures that can be used on a daily basis. So the first moment when we use present simple, it's to express facts or given situations, like our secretary works very hard. So with works, we are showing that she works very hard on a daily basis. Or, I don't agree with you. The next will be the actions in the present. We use present simple when we are talking about something that take place never, once, or only several times, or it can be done on a daily basis. Like, Mr. Brown never attends a meeting. He always sends me. The next will be actions set by a timetable or schedule. It is some plan that already programmed and you 100% sure that they will happen. So it is action in the future that cannot be influenced because they already set by some timetable, like the train leaves at 6:24 or the conference starts at 9:30. Next will be past simple. Past simple also has markers like yesterday or before, some days ago. You can also name just a year when it happened, or even to say that it was in the Middle Ages to show the prolong of this action. And the same as with present simple, it is used for regular and constant actions. And the structure also the same, almost. On the first place, we will have subject, who is doing action, and then verb. A verb should be used in a second form, or we add the ending ed, depends on if it's regular or irregular verb, like buy, bought, put, think, thought, and so on. If we want to make a negative form, then one more time, first place subject, then we use modal verb did, then we add part not, and at the end we left our verb. If we are making questions, the same. We put did on the first place, and then we left everything as it was before. Subject, then verb. Use of past simple. Sometimes it expresses effects or given situation in the past. Like the same example with our secretary, that she worked very hard. And I didn't agree with you. Actions in the past that took place never once, several times, or regular also should be used with a past simple. Mr. Brown never attended any meeting. He always sent me. Let's take a look on actions taking place one after another. Mr. Sanders came into the office, checked his mailbox, and went straight to the briefing. This sentence shows us the continuous action that are making one by one. So in a very short period of time. First he came, then he checked, and then he went. It's all happened in a limited amount of time. Let's take a look on the second example. What a horrible day. Firstly, my computer crashed. Then our best customer canceled their order. On the way home, my car broke down. Here we also see some actions that taking place one by one, but they are not happening into one moment, but during the day. It's okay. In this case, we also can use the just simple past simple. The next will be action that taking place in the middle of another action. It means that one action can be suddenly stopped or interrupted by another one. I was sitting in a meeting when my mobile suddenly rang. So you was just sitting patiently, then something happened, your telephone rang, and then you continued to sitting. That's why also simple past simple. When I came in, John was playing solitaire. So you came in, one action happened during he was playing. The process of playing we are showing using continuous form. Next will be future simple. Also have it markers like tomorrow, soon, in a week, in a month, in a year. Also can be used next, but we can't use next alone. We also should add some word to it, like next week, next month, during the next call. And it is used for regular and constant action, like almost all simple tenses. Let's take a look into the structure. Firstly, we use subject. Then we use will or shall. It is to be verb. Then simple verb. If you ask me to pay difference about will and shall, then I will say to you that shall we use with I or we, and will is used for he, she, it, or they. But it's already old-fashioned form and no one is using it, so you can patiently use only will everywhere. But if we are talking about will and shall like modal verbs, then will we use when we want to show our desire to do something, and shall we use to show that something must be done. It's like when we are talking about obligations. But let's come back to our future simple. If we are making negative form, then we have subject plus this our will or shall, plus part not, and verb. If we are making a question, then we are putting our will shall on the first place, and then, as usual, subject and verb in the end. Let's look at the usage of future simple. We use this time when we are talking about spontaneous decisions. It means that you made decision on the spot. You was sitting and then some idea came to your mind and you decide, I want to do it. Like, wait, I will help you. I will get myself a cup of coffee. You decided on the spot. The next will be assumptions with regard to the future. Say what might happen in the future. It means that there is no 100% guarantee that it will happen, but you can make an assumption that it might or maybe will happen. Like they will probably deliver the goods tomorrow, or things will hopefully be better next year. We all hope for that. And the last case for usage, it will be conditional sentence, the easiest one, the first type. If you don't do this, we will take legal steps. So it means that we have condition. We have condition in the first part of our sentence, and if we have condition, we use present simple. But when we are talking about what will happen, we use future simple. One more time. If we receive your order before noon, if we have it in the stock, we will ship it in the same day. Condition that we will receive only if we will have it into the stock. Great, we are. And now I would like to suggest you a little bit of practicing our pronunciation. Let's take a look. I will read for you, you will listen, and on the second time you will try to repeat. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? One more time. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? The second will be, I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. A little bit faster. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I should mention that your home task will be to practice at home, to say these phrases as fast as possible. Now we have a more complicated one, longer. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter picked? Faster. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, what's the peck of pickled peppers Peter picked? Great we are. And the last one. Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my butter better. So it was better Betty butter bought a bit of better butter. One more time. Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my butter better, so it was a better Betty Potter bought a bit of better butter. Yes, I see that we cope very well with our today's topic. And to keep the progress, I would like to suggest you to make some home task. It will be to compose your own dialogue for 10 lines using a special phrases. Special phrases we already learned today. It can be any dialects, like dialogue on the spot, when you are talking to someone face to face, or if you are making a call to arrange something. And the second task will be to make 5 sentences for present simple, past simple, and future simple. So I believe that you will done everything very well. And for today, that's all. Bye-bye. See you soon.